What's good, boxing world? This is Zeb, your host of On the Ropes. Today, my very special guest is King Robert Meriwether III. What's good, big dog?
Nothing much. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. We're gonna take it back from the for the people, man. You're originally from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Man, talk about life growing up in Louisville, Kentucky, man.
Well, I was born out there, and then I moved out to Vegas actually, and then kind of grew up in that Phoenix, Arizona. That's where I started boxing. And
Oh, out in Phoenix.
yeah,
Now, what was the reasoning for leaving Louisville? Was it to pursue boxing for yourself at during that time? As a what was actually the reason that you left Louisville?
it was mainly because I just needed to get out of a bad situation, but and my parents thought me, so I mean they helped me out.
Now, talk about Arizona, growing being out there and doing what you do out in Arizona.
Arizona was fun. I loved Arizona. It was the heat was different, but it was it helped me grow with boxing, and then I took it from there. Came out to Vegas, and I got even better. So
How actually did you get started with the sport of boxing? Was that something that you inquired about getting involved with, or and were you also involved with other sports at the time?
actually, yeah, I was a football player first, and then I was just too small, so I played basketball, and I was just too short. So I seen boxing, and I was like, I just wanted to try it. We tried it out, and it was like I'm a natural, so I stuck with it.
What was the experience like your first time stepping in the ring?
Nothing like it is now.
Yeah. You know, that first time you stepped into the ring, any thoughts come to your mind like, oh, I don't think this is something I really want to do? Or was it something that lit a fire into you and was like, yeah, this is something I really want to do?
At first, it was um, it was fun, and then it just hit. I hit a point where I was like, I didn't want it, but my dad kept me into it. He was like, just stick with it, just try it a little bit longer. And I found the love for it. Now I'm still here.
You know, during that time when you were talking about where you were having those moments of doubt or sticking with it, what motivated you to keep pushing through with the sport of boxing? Because you know, in the sport of boxing, it's a sport that you do not play. It's you one on one in the ring. Why that sport?
Um, well, my dad, he stayed on me. He doesn't. We don't do the quitting stuff. So he was like, you gotta try it at least just try it, and don't give up. So I just never gave up, and I stayed training, stayed in the gym, and I got better and better. So I don't want to quit anymore.
You know, one of your favorite fighters is Muhammad Ali. Who during those times when you were coming up in the early beginnings of the sport of boxing, who did you look to for motivation during that time?
Definitely Ali and Mayweather. Those are the two fighters that was just um, they had to talk and they had to walk. So I love watching it and training and learning from them. So
You know, talk about your amateur career. You had what, 100, close to 100 fights?
around that, yeah.
Yeah. Talk about your experience with that and how many nationals you've won.
Um, Amateurs. I started boxing. I started like my amateur fights around 8 years old. When I turned 8, that's all I wanted to do was get my first book and start fighting. So um, I started fighting around 8 to well, now 16, 15. Now I want to go pro, but amateur it's my stepping stone.
You know, speaking on that, was there ever a point in time that you ever thought about the Olympic route?
There was one point. Most of this whole time, I only wanted to go pro. There was no Olympic route for me.
You know, why do you think a lot of the young fighters are now deciding to really go that route, the pro route, and not even having that consideration of being part of Team USA?
Um, because I think because of the new rules that the Olympics has brought in. Like there's no headgear anymore. The point system is a little different. So I think they're going like, oh, well, the Olympics is just like not really making that same money.
That's interesting that you say that because I hear that a lot about that with the new rules and the headgear. What's your thoughts on the situation that you see right now with the Keyshawn Davis having the opportunity now, who's had uh two pro fights already, and now is going to have the opportunity to be a part of the Olympic team?
I,
That really changing the rules of what's going on in America as far as USA boxing with that move.
I think they deserve it, honestly, because the countries has been already been doing that. And they went pro only because of the pandemic and the year long wait. So I mean, it was already slated to do it, so might as well do it.
Now, I want to talk about now the transition from Arizona to Vegas. What was the deciding factor to head to Vegas? Was it for because that is the mecca right now, as far as getting the good work in boxing right now?
Yeah, that was the only reason. It was actually going to move at one point, but my parents decided to move to Vegas for me. Actually,
So they did a lot. That's I would consider be a huge sacrifice when they do things like that.
yeah, they
So how tough was the transition doing that sacrifice for your parents?
um. It was one point where they didn't even have a job, but they came out here just to get this boxing thing for me, and I loved them for that. That's very different. Well, parents really, I mean,
During those tough times when you going through your training, do you ever think about those moments and say, I got to keep pushing because they put a lot behind me and sacrifice a lot for me to get where I am right now. So do those little factors ever play in your head, like I got to keep pushing, got to keep pushing?
oh yeah, yeah. At first it was for me, but there's a point where it just becomes for you and other people and your family around you. So it's also for them.
Talk about the first time you met Floyd and what was that experience like?
Uh, it was he was in training camp for Birdo, I'm pretty sure, and he had all access out there, so he had dog rules that day, so everybody was sparring, and I had sparred, and that night I seen him. He was about to go out, and I asked him for a picture. I went out to go get a picture with him, and ever since, just different.
You had a chance to work with him on the mitts, man. But talk about that experience. And did you pick his brain during that time afterwards, just to gain some of that knowledge that he has?
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
talked about it on a I think it was a Twitter post back in I guess August of
Mhm.
last year, and he actually gave you gloves also as well.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience.
So I was telling my dad all through the summer, I was like, if I ever am able to hit the pass with Floyd, it's a different. I have a different mentality with boxing forever, and it finally happened, and he gave me some gloves too. So I was just pumped the whole week, the whole summer, everything. I was just pumped.
What is it like to be around the Mayweather gym?
Um, Nothing but hard work and dedication. Floyd always that's his mentality, easy work every day. So I mean, you got that mentality, and everybody else is going to get that.
Just thinking about that right now. I see you had a TMT shirt on. Is 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 that something that you would love to be a part of? Is the money team being signed with them, or is it just any promotional company right now? I'm quite sure it got to be the money team because you pretty much grew up in there, right?
Yeah, I would love to be on the team, but I mean, gotta look at my offers. But I'm still I love money. I love Mayweather. I love Mayweather Promotions. So
What's your thoughts on the recent crop of young fighters that they just signed?
all them guys are good. I've been knowing them since I was little. So I mean, they deserve it. they're everything that they've gotten.
Now, did you get a chance to hear about? Because I know they wasn't on the viewing side. A lot of the young fighters last night that were displayed on the undercard that wasn't a part of it, like Dorian and Jaleel. Did you ever get a chance to check out some of the clips that some people posted on that fights?
I didn't get to see any of the fights, honestly.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, what's the next step for you, man? You just recently graduated, correct?
Hmm.
Was that a year early or a year too early?
2 years early. I got 2 years early.
Now, explain that to me. How did you graduate 2 years early?
I was skipped in my kindergarten and my junior year to so I can actually for boxing, so I can get all my schoolwork out the way and focus all on boxing.
Now, has college ever an option?
Yeah,
Being so smart that you are, and I'm quite sure you can get scholarship offers and everything. Is that an option?
most definitely it is. Honestly, I'm doing one or two classes, but I don't know yet. I need a break first.
What you plan on majoring in?
Finance and business,
Oh, definitely, most definitely.
automotive engineering, but now I'm in got a whole different mentality now. So
You said with a whole was your at one point in time you were actually thinking about being an automotive engineer.
yeah, I love cars. I love different cars. I wanted to be I wanted to have my own car and build my own what is it, brand or whatever. But like Elon Musk, something like that.
Now, do you plan on what's your style of car that you like? Are you a muscle car type of guy? New Lambos, Bentleys? What's your style?
Sports cars, love sports cars. I'm not gonna say I'll go fast, but I just love the look of them. They're serious, lovely. I mean, I
Could
love.
you could you see yourself being a car collector like what you see with Floyd doing with the all black?
Oh yeah, most definitely yes, yes. All different colors though. I can't have the same color on all of them. So, but if I have too many, I mean, some of them might be in different classes and stuff.
Now that you've graduated, man, what's the next step for you in your process as you begin to turn pro?
Um, Always in the gym, always in the gyms. Keep myself in the gym, and always learning from past 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 champs, and just always studying, always.
With that being said, that you are now about to embark on a professional career, do you have a target date for your first fight?
Not yet. I don't have that in yet, but we're still talking to get that done, figured out, but not yet. To be determined.
Now, with that being said, will you be fighting prior to being signed, or do you want? Because some fighters like to do what they call, fight up to the 10th fight, and then they start shopping themselves out to the different promotional companies. Is that something that you want to do, or is that something that you want to get signed with a promotional company prior to your first fight?
I don't know yet. I gotta get everything figured out first. Just have my whole career. You know, I can't just have it in. Just have my manager. Got it.
Now, I got to ask you, man, what was the experience like for you um, being a part of the sparring with Javante Tank Davis at 15 years old, man?
It's that was really an honor for them to let me get that experience with him, the champ too. So it was really different.
Now, did you take extra precautions going in there with him? Or like how did you go in there as normal? What was the procedure like for you when you got in the ring with Tank?
Um, I had to make sure my head was on the swivel. I didn't want to get hit with that uppercut. I just gotta be honest. I was a little precautious at first, but I got as the rounds went on, I let myself loose, and he loved it.
Now, how many rounds did y'all go?
The first sparring we went, I think 4. Yeah.
Now, now a lot of the other sparring partners you be hearing the stories about it, man. So how did you get away with keeping everything within the gym quiet, man?
Shh, I I didn't want to
That's
say.
actually a good thing, though. That's actually a good thing because a lot of fighters like that, especially like with the champs and stuff. If you come in there and do what you do, and keep everything in the gym, you be coming right back.
Yeah, that actually helped me out in the long run with them. So they love me now. So
It's almost like being part of the team. It kind of reminds me, like when Jaleel was 15, and I seen him for the first time. Get it there with Tank.
yeah.
Now, now, just thinking about where you are right now in your career. Well, where will you start out with your weight as a professional?
I want to start at 122.
At the 122, and eventually, where do you see yourself ending your career? At what weight?
Well, my dad's big, so I'm gonna go with like 160.
Oh wow! You think you can get up there, huh?
I can get up there. I'm only 16, so I mean, I'm still growing. I think I'm gonna get up to 160, maybe 154, but around there.
Because of your age right now, will you have to go the Mexico route?
Yeah, I have a there's a few states that I can't fight in, but I'm gonna have to go with the Mexico route for right now.
Now, have you talked to any other boxers who's went that Mexico route? Like maybe, for example, like a Devin or Ashton, who's doing the Mexico route right now?
Yeah, I've talked to Devin. Actually, I've talked to a lot of pro fighters that's fought at 15, 16 at the pro route. So they're helping me go through the way.
Now, what fights are you looking forward to seeing coming up this summer? Because right now everybody's put out their schedule, man. It's like it's gonna be a hot summer. You got the Tyson Fury Wilder Trilogy 3. That's gonna be July 24th. Then you got Earl Spence and Manning, which I was surprised, but Spence got that fight. I was surprised. I thought Crawford was gonna get him first, but hey, Spence somehow got it. So then you got Tank and Barrios. You got quite a few. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Tank and Barrios. That one and Earl Spence and Pacquiao. Those two are my top fights for this year. But also, I love Tyson Fury in the Wilder fight. Honestly, it was just like a little, caught me off guard a little bit because Tyson Fury is supposed to fight Anthony Joshua, but I mean,
Man, they pulled that out the hat. I was surprised, man. I was like, "What?" I was shocked, about probably as shocked as you were on that.
yeah, but I still got Tyson Fury at the end of the day on that fight. I mean,
Explain that. I'm
Wilder's
glad you explained that.
a great fighter, but he just that boxing fundamentals he doesn't have. He just has the power, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was able to show that he can take that power.
So let's just if you was a bet man, you definitely be putting your money on Tyson Fury again, huh?
I sure would.
I tell people that too. I nothing against Wild. I love Wilder, man, pro black man. I love everything he stand for when it comes to that. But I'm just saying boxing, man. I think I'm like you, man. That jab with Fury, I think he gonna do it again.
He's
Unless he can get that one hit quitter off.
he's I mean Tyson Fury, he's different. He's 6'9", 270. He's able to move, and I just he can't bet against that.
Definitely. How do you see the Manny Pacquiao Earl Spence fight going?
I think Earl's gonna win. How? But I just that Pacquiao timing. I think Earl's gonna catch him at one point.
Man, I gotta say, man, you've been in the spotlight for a long time, man. You've been doing a lot of stuff. What's the conversations like with you and Ellie Satback? Because he's been reporting on you for a long time, man.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's always at the gym. So I mean, every time he's there, he wants to get an interview with me, and I love that. I thank him for that.
Man, talk about your graduation gift, man. I wanted to backtrack on that, man. See, like, man, you had a great graduation, man.
My graduation party was at the MGM Grand, and then I got surprised with the Cadillac CTS Coupe.
Man, how shocked were you when you seen it?
I was really surprised. My dad was telling me I was gonna get a limousine, and the car pulled up, and I was astonished. Honestly, it was the car has my name all over it, so I love it. Different paint job too.
Man, let me ask you, man, what is it like for a young fighter to live out Vegas? Do it feel any different to you?
To me, no, but every boxer that I talk to, yeah, yeah, for them, most definitely, yeah.
Now, just thinking about now as we're now finished with everything as far as the schooling, everything now you can concentrate solely on your professional career. What are some of the things that you want to work on as a boxer transitioning from the amateurs now into the pros to tighten up on certain things that you want to do on the pro level?
I don't want to change anything about my game. I want to be able to up it and change it to not change it, but advance my game to the pro level and be able to show my speed and show my skills to these older fighters.
Now, how often do you get a chance to work with Floyd?
Floyd's around at the gym, um, around every week or two, but I mean he's always working. He's always at the gym, always running at least like once or twice, maybe three times a week. So I
Have you
mean,
ever got a chance to go running with him?
yeah, that night I was it was in August I had sparred and then I hit the pad the first time. Then that night we actually ran around his neighborhood for like 3 4 miles.
Do it ever like you ever get a chance to be like, wow, man, I'm actually running with Floyd Mayweather, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning and all the way to the end. So I was just I was amazed. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Oh man, I gotta say, man, I truly appreciate your time today, man.
Thank you,
Man, I'm definitely looking forward to see what you do on the pro level, man, and definitely be rooting for you, big dog.
thank you.
Hey man, I definitely gotta come check you out, man. When I come out Vegas, man, I come out there, every couple of months or so. So I definitely want to come out there and check you out, man.
If
I,
she
I didn't get a chance to make it out to Tank's camp like I normally do. I spoke with Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny, so I'll definitely be down in Atlanta for that fight. So hopefully I'll see you out there.
yes sir.
All right, man. Truly appreciate your time. Tell everybody where they can follow you at on all social media platforms.
You can find my Instagram at two underscores King Robert and then two underscores again, or you can find my Facebook at King Robert Meriwether III, and you'll see me on All Access one day. I I know that's for sure.
Oh, while I got you, man, I always wanted to know, man. Being a young black male in America today, man, what's some of the challenges that a lot of people might not know what a young black teenager might be going through, man?
Honestly, it's hard when I'm running down the street and somebody might cross the street and they're still going the same way, and you just see it might be the little things, but I mean it's different reality in the when you see it, it's just it's not right, you know. So I
It,
had that tough that people have been through, but I mean it happens to almost all of us.
does it ever play on your conscience, with your new ride that, man, I gotta worry. Does that ever play in your mind like, damn, man, they might try to pull me over because of the type of ride I got?
Yeah, my dad, my grandparents, it was always telling me that before, like when since I was like 12, 13, they would always tell me about that. Like, if you're driving a nice car at a young age, or if you're black and you're driving a nice car, they're gonna pull you over just to ask you if that's your car. So it's just not right.
In cases like that, are you just taught to like Just give them everything. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey man, you seem like, man, you really got a head on your shoulders, man. And like you said, boxing is something that you want to do as your career, but at the same time, you have other goals in life, and look like college is also that option, also as well.
Yeah.
Now, I meant to ask, with the sport of boxing, do you see yourself after your career is over, maybe getting involved with the analyst side, speaking about the sport of boxing also as well?
Yeah, I talk to my mom about that all the time. I want to take like talking classes so I can be able to do that commentating and do the be a commentator on the after boxing. So, I mean, it's always a chance or opportunity, a thought in the back of my mind.
All right, man. I truly appreciate it, man. Yeah, I had to follow up with that question, man, because I always wondered, like, a lot of people don't know what the youth are going through, man, and so for you to give a little insight on that, I truly appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, once again, I want to truly thank you for coming on today. Our special guest today was King Robert Meriwether III. You're looking at a future champ at the 122 coming into the pros soon. Be on the lookout for him. Growing up in the buddy team gym, man. So I'll be definitely looking forward to see you do big things in the future, man.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, I truly appreciate your time as always.
Always.
All right, peace. All right, there you have it. On the ropes, King Robert Meriwether III. We out.